All right. My name's Marc, or Mookie, if you prefer, from the independent 88.5 FM here in Southern California, or as I like to say, the Los Angeles chapter of the Coach Party Fan Club. Hello.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
For sure. So this is Jess and Steph from the band. Who are we missing right now?
Well, they're not actually missing. They're playing chess over there. And we've got Guy and Joe.
So this is Guy.
Oh, wow. Amazing. Hey, guys.
Hey, hi,
Dude, that's so cool. So how long has this been going on as far as the bubble of the quarantine being the entire band?
Since the beginning.
Yeah, we've had to reach like loads of deadlines and keep recording, and where Guy is our producer and he has his own studio, like we've just been fortunate enough that we pretty much are just like living there at the minute.
Well, I saw online you guys put out a couple of videos on YouTube like 9 months ago, which was the live from home sessions. And I was thinking, well, maybe that came out of this global pandemic of you deciding not to be in the same room together. Was that behind it?
Yeah, so we were all in like the same house, but we were like, let's just rearrange the rooms and like put different plants in them.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So real quick, I found you basically by accident, generally across the board at radio stations. Nobody's queuing up records or CDs anymore. It's all digital, you know? So even if we get a physical copy, we'll put it into the computer and that's where it kind of lives forever. So one Friday when I'm going through music with our music director for our music meeting, I'm going through all of these songs that we recently put in our computer system. And one of them was Coach Party. It was really okay on my own. And I listened to it and I was like, oh, this is amazing. So I started texting all of our like DJs, like who put this song into our computer? And none of them said that they did. So I don't know who did. It's all
Do you know what?
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
It definitely, I would not put it past like our manager, Jonathan, to just somehow learn how to hack into anything and just sort of slide it in. Like, I wouldn't put it past him, but we're so grateful.
Something happened there, and then I listened, and then I went down the rabbit hole of going to your website and checking out the YouTube videos and everything, and then we started playing Really Okay on My Own every day. So yeah. So I guess flash forward till now, we do have a brand new song called Everybody Hates Me. We haven't quite spun it on the air yet, but we sure will. And there's a new EP coming the 20th of April.
Yeah. After party.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that that's more or less the follow-up to an EP that has been available right now. So take us back to the inception of the band, if you don't mind. Where did you all meet, and when did you guys realize you sort of had magic in a bottle? Lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell a story?
Well, we live on a little island, the Isle of Wight, and the very bottom of England, down south, and it's really small. So being musicians, we kind of all just knew each other through music, basically, like hanging out at the same music. Well, we've only got like 2 music venues on the island, so you're gonna bump into everybody. And our drummer and our lead guitarist Joe, they already knew each other before we sort of came along. So, and it was a bit weird, wasn't it? Because we were just writing songs together, and
we couldn't play or,
no.
or anything. And I think we learned like a few chords, and I was just thinking, well, fuck it, all right, let's write a song.
Yeah.
And then we wrote some songs that have not reached the light of day. And then we went in with Guy, who was just going to record us, and Joe was just going to put some guitar down. And then we were like, hold on.
Yeah, join our band.
Yeah, should we stay together?
Yeah. And it was just like a really natural chemistry. And what Guy and Joe, we're back.
There you go.
Yeah. What Guy and Joe brought to the band was just so valuable, wasn't it? So yeah, and they loved the songs as well, so we were quite lucky. And yeah, it's just been pretty cool ever since.
And then flash forward, we wrote After Party all together.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. That's incredible. And both records more or less self-produced, I guess you could say.
Yeah, all self-produced by our drummer Guy. So he produces the band and then he mixes all the tracks, and then we've got a good guy that masters them, and it's really cool. Yeah.
I read online that you all may or may not have an affinity for bands like Nirvana or Sonic Youth type of thing, you know. And listening to some of your stuff coming up on the new EP, it's clear that you kind of dig on artists of the past like that. But this is a sound that kind of just happens organically, I imagine, right? This sort of indie rock brand of music.
Yeah, definitely. Like we all kind of listen. Well, yeah, we all kind of listen to the same sort of stuff, and but we never hone in on, like, we never go, oh, we want to sound like this band, we want to sound like that band. It all just naturally comes together without any references, which is really nice. But yeah, Sonic Youth, Pixies, Nirvana.
Yeah, I think when we the first EP we did, I think there was a few songs on there that at the time you got me for my birthday the live version of Nirvana at Reading and Leeds in
it's like 96 or something.
Yeah, and we listened to that a lot whilst recording. So I think it might be in the 80s.
Yeah,
1980.
Actually, yeah.
Something.
Wow. That's it. That's
92,
insane.
maybe. Yeah.
92. Guys like 92 in the background.
Yeah. I love how sometimes you'll just like delve into a band or a particular era and just like immerse yourself in the music and the books and all of that stuff. Like I had my I guess I had my 90s era grunge sort of phase, getting the Nirvana box sets and reading the books and getting the tab to try to learn the bass lines and stuff.
Yeah.
And also, I guess most recently, the 1970s, sort of CBGB era, early punk rock scene is something that I've been really fascinated with, Yeah.
Yeah, it was a wild time to look back on, isn't it? Compared to now, when we're just like, oh, we hope we get this playlist so more people listen to us.
And it is crazy, but now because of all the tools that are available to us, I know it's saturated with so much music and so much art and so much culture, but you might be able to get there faster than the Ramones ever did. You never know,
Yeah, true.
Yeah, at least I like to think that,
Positive.
Any huge differences between the songwriting and the themes of what you've been writing about from the first EP to the second, which is coming out real soon?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely more mature. But I guess like because we wrote Party Food like 2018.
Yeah, between 2018 and
2019. Yeah, so we've had a good couple of years to like develop our songwriting, and with After Party, we definitely wanted to touch base on like what happens in real life with your emotions and what people think and go through, and like try and make it okay for people to talk about how they feel, but also with the music, like making it upbeat and fun and catchy and memorable. But yeah, basically with the recording side of things, we were just like, let's make it sound like the raw ingredients of the band. So yeah, drums, bass and 2 guitars.
Right.
With a few little synths and stuff here and there. And we're really happy with it, aren't we? Yeah.
So would you say that I'm sorry, didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's all right.
Would you say that it's just a collaborative effort generally between 4 musicians? Is there a chief songwriter or
chief songwriter, Jess?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're all sort of like, now we're into it a bit more, like we're working on songs a lot more together now. Before it would be easy just to write some songs at home and then bring it in, and I mean all I did was the vocals and some guitar, and everyone else would just do their bit. But now
Right.
we will, I think if anyone has a song, we'll make a real conscious effort, unless it's obviously flowing, to start it and then be like, no, let's finish this all together. And make sure that we have like, see what we can get differently. Like we might get such a different dynamic if we start a song one way and then have like all of us be like, no, it should go this way now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's not like a Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters thing where Dave, you know, writes all the music parts and, you know, is basically the band leader. And then that's it. We interviewed Chris Shiflett from the band and asked him about that. He's like, no, it's Dave's band. We just go in and play whatever he wants us to play, you know? Yeah. But Coach Party is a collaborative effort between 4 talented musicians from the Isle of Wight. Never been there. And hopefully one day, God willing, I'll be able to visit there in my lifetime. Themes of everyday life about difficult people. I think, and I'm paraphrasing from the bio that I just read, some of the themes on the new EP coming out on the 20th of April. Self-deprecating, but in a positive way. The songs that we've heard so far, Really Okay on My Own and Everybody Hates Me, kind of seem very autobiographical, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think the rest, like there's my favorite track on the EP is track 6, which is Sweetheart. That is like my most favorite song ever. And that is like, I don't know, that's a hard hitter for me. But also there's another song on there called Crying Makes Me Tired. And it's just the most like direct. It's almost like when we were doing it, like lyrically, you're like, I was like insulting the microphone booth. Like that's how straight down the middle it is. It's, yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Incredible. So there will be vinyl printed, which is really, really cool. As well. And I think that's coming out maybe just a week or 10 days after the actual digital release of the After Party EP. What else are you doing while you're in quarantine, I guess? You know, are you, how do you consume music, I guess, is a better question. Are you streaming? Are you playing vinyl or anything like that?
It's a collective, isn't it? It's a bit of both, definitely.
Yeah. Been making like an effort to try and find like one new artist a week, just to like, because I never would do that. I guess where we'd get like go and gig or we'd go to gigs, we'd always just watch the support band and find new music that way. Whereas this time it's like, okay, well, those playlists that Spotify do put together every week of like really underrated bands and singers or whatever, we're like, okay, well, let's actually listen to them. And I found some really cool bands. For myself, there's been one band called Girl House, which they're really cool.
You're obsessed with them at the moment.
Yeah. And
we're playing Knuckle Tattoo right now. And it's funny because one of the people that you actually work with turned me on to Girl House and said, hey, there's a band from the States, I think from Southern California, actually, although I think they just moved away. He said that there's this band from the States that pretty popular right now out in the UK. So it's funny that I had to learn about Girl House from someone way overseas.
Yeah, she I think hypothetically, if we were to do a tour this year, I think she's gonna come on it for a few dates, which would be amazing. I mean, a lot of effort her side because she's coming all the way from, she did live in LA, but I only discovered the other day that California is like the size of England.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
Yeah. You're in LA?
Yeah. So there's a high concentration of people in LA, big old city in San Francisco. You know, there's a lot of parts of California that are rural.
Do you love it?
But we also find that a lot of bands are leaving town because the cost of living is just so high. So everybody's moving to 30 minutes outside of Nashville right now. Like everybody that I know, it's crazy.
Is it when obviously LA is like a dream. I've never seen it. So when you're out and about, do you just see like everyone?
Well, no, it's more vast and sprawling, I guess, than anything. Whereas San Francisco or New York is a real concentrated sort of city. There's lots to do in Los Angeles, but it's all far apart. So everybody's driving everywhere on the freeways and everything, you know. But there's a lot of culture, a lot of entertainment, and certainly the whole music industry we feel like is basically in our own backyard, which gives us an edge when we're booking artists for interviews and collaborating with certain artists. It's pretty great. I did have a question about the last EP, and I've been reading, you know, all of these quotes, and the bloggers were blogging, and you know, people were buzzing about the last release. Do you feel like everybody has embraced, you know, I guess the buzz of the new EP coming out real soon?
Yeah, definitely. I think like people have just been so like responsive to it, and I guess like you only see that on social media, don't you, like with people like tagging us and retweeting us and things like that. So yeah, I think people are excited about it.
And you did get a lot of success back home, I imagine, with the last EP, right? I mean, you know, reading about it after the fact, it seemed like everybody really embraced you guys.
Yeah, it was because we put out our pre-order and we didn't really give much thought to it because we were like, you know, hoping for the best but sort of expecting the worst. And just I think we were just happy to like put out some music still in that like start of the pandemic, which was like really weird anyway. And we, on the day that it was released, it completely sold out, which was unbelievable.
Incredible.
Yeah, so we had to spend like that whole day just like telling each other that there was none left because we couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was really strange.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be touring 150 days out of the year if the pandemic wasn't going on? And is that what you did to support the last EP?
We didn't get the opportunity to tour it because when it was released, we were already in lockdown, weren't we?
Yeah, as Coach Party, we've only played live 4 times. So we didn't get the chance to do it. And then, so that was more of a like massive, you know, thing for us because all these people got involved and we were just, it was
just weird, wasn't it? Like to be like, wow, like we've only done like 4 gigs and we're already selling out our EP, and
it was borderline emotional.
That's insane to not, you know, a lot of bands think that the record that they just released is like the long lost album because they're not able to like promote it properly because times are just so crazy right now. And also a lot of bands are shifting to virtual stuff and engaging their fans directly on the internet or whatever. But to see this band get so much press and notoriety, and to see the you know, the pre-orders flying off of the shelves right off of the bat during this pandemic, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So
it did give us like a temporary ego boost.
Yeah, it did. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You should ride that ego boost for as long as you can. Is there a favorite venue that you miss terribly that you can't wait to get back to either perform at or just hang out at?
I think it's just like we really romanticized all of the venues, I think, that were on this big old tour. We had like our first headline month tour all planned out after loads of other shows, and every venue was sort of like,
it's a bit of an iconic thing in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like there's certain venues that you just wish that you could go and play, and they were on our tour, and we were like,
wow,
oh, this is crazy. Yeah.
So
there's a lot, isn't there?
I'm just, we've been told that we can gig this year.
Yeah.
So our tour technically is going ahead this year, which is unbelievable.
6 weeks, so it's pretty long. It'd be crazy to have all of this time off and then go away for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in a position where you get to pick and choose like the artist that's going to open up for you?
We haven't even had that discussion yet, have we?
No, I know John, our manager, who I introduced him to Girl House, and he loved it. He said he'd love them to come on a few dates.
Yeah, but I guess with everything else, we're not really sure yet, are we? I mean,
No.
it would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
To choose.
yeah, and our government is really unreliable, so it also wouldn't shock me if they turned around and said, "Jokes, sorry."
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe we're in this position right now. Obviously, I don't know if you've done much radio since the pandemic started, but we're all doing our radio shows from home. This is my home studio / bedroom. You know, it's not very, it's not very glamorous or anything.
Yeah.
And this is what we've been doing. The public radio model's been changing. You know, we're doing like these pop-up pledge drives every couple of months just to try to get some money raised for our little rock station here. But again, some of the stuff that we're learning now in the digital sphere will probably carry over to regular times once we all get out of this mess.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just glad that I found you all by accident. And I can't wait to again introduce our listeners to the music of Coach Party as it comes trickling out as the new EP becomes available to everybody.
Yeah.
Anything else to touch on with the general public who might not be familiar with the band quite yet? Also, where could people find you online? And if they hit you up on socials, that is you responding to the stuff, right? It's not like you have working your socials for you, right?
No, that's all Jess. She replies to pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can find us on Instagram at just We Are Coach Party. And that's pretty much the same for Twitter and Facebook as well. And yeah, active on there all the time. I've got nothing else to do at the minute. So it's really nice having people reach out, and we've been really lucky. And it's nice to know that people are being like comforted and it's helping, like
just being engaging, isn't it?
Yeah. And yeah, we're just super excited that you're playing us in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Sometimes I imagine you just have to pinch yourself thinking like, wow, look how far we've gone with a band who's only played 4 gigs ever.
Yeah, we do have to constantly remind ourselves about that, don't we?
Yeah. So if you come and watch us when we play out in LA and you're like, they're not that good.
No, I don't believe that to be true. YouTube is great, a great resource. You have some fantastic videos. You just released a brand new video for Everybody Hates Me. I think that's all I got for you today. It's amazing to meet you, and I'm glad that you're excited about getting airplay here in Los Angeles.
Thank you.
It's a global music scene now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Coach Party on the Independent 88.5 FM.
88.5 FM, KCSN, and KCSN HD1 Northridge, Los Angeles. KSBR and KSBR HD1 Mission Viejo. A service of California State University Northridge and Saddleback College. Member-supported public radio. Streaming on the web at 88.5fm.org.